Hello and welcome to Stories in Science. So, what we're going to try and do in the next minute or so is just give you an overall flavor of Stories in Science, the website, what are the features. What we'll plan to do is create more videos, much shorter videos, targeting each of the different areas of the website. It's quite a big website, so it's not possible for us to go over the entire thing right now. But look out for the other videos that go in detail over each of the aspects that I'll quickly touch upon here. So the site, again, really our main mission is really to humanize science. So if you're here, hopefully you share that mission and you're excited to learn more about the anthropological nature of science, which we really are looking to characterize further. And so the website, if you go on the link right here, you'll land on this main web page. And really just we tell you more about what we're trying to do, where it's featured, the news. So you can click through all the different aspects. And so what I want to do now is just quickly go over those key elements. If you quickly click on gallery, this is an easy way for you to just get a sample snapshot of the stories that we have in here, the total number, how many of them are from undergrads and so forth. And if you click down, you can see the different featured stories, popular stories, and so forth. And so this is a great page for you to just get acquainted with our site and what's in the content. As well, we have the authors section. If you click on the authors part, you can see the vast array of our authors, where they're from. The beautiful thing about this, you can filter very quickly here. As you see, I click on faculty and then they'll pop up. You can click on each one and click on explore the story, and that will take you to the story that you want, that you're looking for. A nice another feature of this website is that you can create your own user account, so that way you can now save stories. So there's an easy way. If you go on my account, register, and then you can get just enter your information and you create an account. And once you do, like I have done here, as you see, you can now begin to build your reading list. And this is, I think, a nice feature so that you can keep track of what you're reading. And we continue to improve this over time, but it's a great, I think, nice add-on here so that you can keep track of what you're reading. And so another important part of this as well is the search function. So you click on the search feature here, and with so many stories right now, 107, you can imagine it's gonna be tough to keep track of where the stories are and what they're about. What we've done is carefully categorize each of the stories. So you can, for example, let's say you're looking for a story from a female um, assistant professor from North America. Let's just stop there for a second. And let's see if the system can isolate a couple of those stories. And you see here, the stories that have those categories selected show up. And if I add an additional set of categories, it ends up being even more selective. So you can say in academia, for example, and if you go back up, you see it filters and see, yep, these are still in academia. Great. And if you say something like crazy, say both in North America and Europe, then what will happen is that there'll be no results. So there's no story that someone from Europe and North America that is an assistant professor, for example. So it's a very, very selective feature. So use it wisely and very, very carefully to do so. And once you do select a story, so let's release one of these fields. For example, here, you can click on one of these stories and it will bring you to an example story that is here. This is a story published by Deshpande, and you can see here a general feature. You see an about section, and the story goes through. So at the bottom part, remember I showed you can add a story to your own reading list? This is where you do it. So this is where if I save this, if I click on this, let's see if it, so right there, then what will happen is that then it will show up on my reading list later. So that's a really cool feature for you to use. So as you're building a reading list, try to look out for that button that is at the bottom right there, and you can remove it from your list as well if you don't want it to be there too. And something you may have noticed here, this story has these highlights on the page. So something like this here. So what we are using here is called Hypothesis S, and I think it's a really great feature so that any user, as long as you create an account with Hypothesis, you can then begin to annotate. So this is a great thing here. As you notice, we wrote here a while back in August, and so you can have essentially a discussion with other people. You can put your notes, for example, create an account with Hypothesis. You can sign up there, and this will save your notes. As you see here, this is showing you where the note was added, and you can see other people's notes too, which I think is absolutely great for you to keep track of. So that's a really quick snapshot, and of course the submit button here, it's, we hope you'll be interested in submitting a story. We'll create a whole video about how to submit, what are the tips, common mistakes we see, but it's fairly straightforward. And again, science is fundamental about people. And if you can go down here, there's some questions to help you write, and we're calling these writing pathways. More guidelines. You can read through the entire set here, example submissions, the other content, the whole review process. And again, we'll go over this in greater detail in another video. So thank you for joining us, but I hope you get that was a quick snapshot of the site. There's really a lot in here to explore. I encourage you to take the time, explore, and if you have any questions, again, contact us, scholarship@stemadvocacy.org. And it's been great to have you. Wonderful. Thank you.